Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. We have a lot to talk about. Lots going on this week with that crazy award situation. I want to get into that. We have divorce rumors swirling, and of course, FO is trending for each of them as well as both of them. So we have FO Meghan, FO Harry, and FO Harry and Meghan. Gotta love that. We have lots to get into. I'm Jen. Thanks for being here, everyone. Honk honk. I think we should start off with this one. Of course, Thursday is that award situation. A lot of people talking about that. Still, sign that petition if you haven't already. I've been posting the link every day in the comments. But Brittany over at Royal News Network, she is at rrjen_Royal News, summed this article up so we don't have to read it. And I find it interesting. She did a great job. Let me just hit some of her highlights. But again, check her out for all the details on this because she put the work in. And it says, fascinating read on this absolute debacle that is the ESPYs' decision to nominate Prince Harry as a recipient of the Pat Tillman Award. Here's some of the highlights. I'm just going to read a couple of these again. This is her work. Go check her out. Harry is apparently stunned by the backlash, and it, quote, took the wind out of his sails. Just think about that. That doofus is stunned by the backlash. Of course he is. To me, it further well, it goes along with the hashtag Bunker Harry that's trending, but it just shows how out of touch with reality that guy remains, right? Let's see. He's largely directionless and purposeless in Hollywood. That's not anything that I would be shocked by. This award is to, quote, raise his profile, though ESPN claims it was for the Invictus Games 10th anniversary. All right. If it was for the Invictus Games 10th anniversary, why not give it to people who are actually working on the Invictus Games or some of the servicemen and women who participate, something like that? Nope, they're doing it all on purpose. It's all part of the game. He's surprised that his military service isn't as respected. I'm sorry, I can't get through that without laughing, as he wants it to be. And then she puts in parentheses, despite the fact that he has had no great achievements or notable accomplishments. In fact, if rumors are to be believed, he was mostly coddled, and it seems it was somewhat a vanity project. Even Harry admits that the only time the cost of war became apparent to him was on the way home with injured servicemen and women. So, well said, Brittany. I think this is great. She makes a lot of good points. Again, she did the work, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. All right, Lubug Windsor says, for one crazy moment, I thought Prince Harry had decided to do the honorable thing. Not ever. When I woke up to headlines declaring Harry had been blindsided by the gargantuan backlash, surely he knew what he had to do. There is no doubt whatsoever that the former prince is fully aware of the public response on both sides of the Atlantic. A petition to urge ESPN to reassess its decision boasted almost 68,000 signatures in 10 days. I would argue as many more than that. See my other video for details. Harry's final decision, anybody surprised, to attend the glitzy ceremony unfairly snatched the prize from truly deserving Americans. Harry's self-entitlement won out. His only concern, reaction, has taken the shine off the award. So well said, and exactly, there's just so many things that are awful about this situation. I mean, honestly, it starts with the Pat Tillman of it all, that Pat Tillman's name is in the same sentence with this wanker. But that's exactly it. I'm seeing articles like this and the one that we were just talking about with Brittany, and that, again, he's playing victim in all this. It's not fair that people are calling him out on the absurdity of this whole situation. To which Leslie Ann says, how pathetic does he have to be to take an award that he's not entitled to? And even when thousands and thousands have told him to do the honorable thing and decline it, obviously spurred on by me again. Michael K. points out maybe he did think about not accepting the award, but after discussing it with Meghan, it would be like, don't be so selfish, Harry. You'll be taking away the opportunity of me looking amazing in my new outfit and addressing the room. This award isn't all about you. I thought that was pretty well said, and it actually sounds like something she would say to him. Okay, so the one good thing to come out of all this is it's caused people to go back. So many people are talking about this now. People that weren't talking about how awful they were before are now. And I think that's a good thing. I'm glad that people are we've been on it, but further deep diving and looking back into all this. A lot of people are going back over the things that were claimed in the past. That's what a lot of us had asked as well. How come nobody's speaking out about this? I want to give Princess Carparkle a shout out. It says, yes, hashtag Meghan Markle. Can't you just tell them the truth? That you knew that Archie wasn't to be titled until Charles became king? That you're just jealous and petty and the only titled great-grandchildren were William and Catherine's? And it ate you alive? Hashtag Meghan is the problem. Hashtag Meghan Markle exposed. Okay, so I do want to talk about this. This is a great example. So yes, we've been over this, but I think it's hitting more mainstream people. They're starting to learn, whoa, they really do lie about everything. And this is a great example. Something that has always been on my mind and something I talk about so much is exactly this. It's lies like this told. They never go back and explain. They knew what they were doing. In my opinion, they were race baiting and trying to create controversy, and it worked with her followers because they'll blindly, I say that a lot, but they blindly follow her. They don't question like, oh, if you hear this story and you don't know, it sounds terrible. Oh, he wouldn't give titles to, Harry's kids wouldn't get titles, but that's not how that system works. We know this. Some of her followers don't understand this, so they claim it has to do with race, and Meghan feeds on that. She looks for that. She lies. That's what Harry does too. He sat right there. He knew how it worked. He sat right there with her. I'm not letting him off the hook, but I just think it's interesting because more of this stuff is coming out and people are questioning it more, and that's a good thing. My response to this was exactly this. Meghan and Harry blatantly lied to try to outrage people and never bothered to explain the truth because the lie makes them bigger victims. This didn't happen, talking about, of course, the titling thing. The kids did get titles. Harry and Meghan lied to try to hurt the family. Harry and Meghan are the worst. I'm keeping it simple with Harry and Meghan are the worst because that's exactly what we've been saying. And I think that's what people are latching on to. And I think this is a good thing that more can see through their antics. I thought this was a pretty great response. Lady B of Belize says, rank and file, baby, rank and file. You'd think she'd understand what an understudy role was, wouldn't you? You might get to step in as lead once in a while, but you're not going to get the same wages or dressing room as the star performer. Well said. Great analogy. Exactly this. Of course, she'll never admit that she was basically a background player on Suits or anything else, but or in the royal family. GA Girl at Born Peachy says, say it to the world, tell the world, and they'll understand. That was Meghan's quote. To which GA Girl is saying, wait, what? It's none of the world's business, Meghan Markle. Nobody needs to be told that, and it's not true anyway. FYI, this is not how you protect your child's privacy. All right, this one is from Aussie Chick. Hi, friend, if you're watching. A profoundly, quote, progressive woman. She was determined to change the institution she claimed, quote, stuffy and antiquated. Yet she continues to use her, quote, stuffy and antiquated Duchess of Sussex title. Let that sink in. Hashtag Sussex Squad. Her hypocrisy truly begs criticism. Yeah, exactly this, Aussie Chick. I've been saying the same. Claims to be a feminist, clutches onto the title one can only achieve through marriage in this case, and the whole thing. And then, my children will not have titles. I insist my children have titles. That family is the Eastwards, but we need their titles. Every version of the story is riddled with hypocrisy and makes no sense and made even murkier by the continued lies. Then we have Phoenix Wolf, who says, can you imagine the Sussex Squad when Harry and Meghan get divorced? Which side will they choose? It's all hashtag good King Harry at the moment. That's something that they're trying to spread around. Till she starts with, quote, the kids were in danger as he took substances. My life was hell. Okay, let's talk about this. So I've seen it. I believe, I was trying to remember what the instance was. I believe, I might have this wrong, when he went back for coronation and she stayed behind. Okay. The Sussex squad started to turn on Harry. It was interesting to see, and I wish I had screenshot it. I did not, unfortunately, but I saw it. I saw it. They were starting to pick at him, like, how dare he abandon, using words like that, her, and go back to the family. Okay, that's what's coming. And I've said the exact same thing. She, in my opinion, she let him put the substance stuff in the book because she's very calculated. She knows that eventually she is going to leave this prick. My guess would be after he comes into some money around his 40th. He'll be of no use to her anymore. So she let him put that substance stuff in the book and repeated instances of use in it in the book. So that way she could be like, oh, he was substanced up all the time. I was on my own. I didn't know what to do. It was his idea. All the bad stuff was his idea. And anything good, there's nothing good, but anything good was mine, So it's coming. I think the same thing. It is interesting because I'm seeing more rumblings of this in the tabloids. And while I don't tend to believe the tabloids, I do think where there's smoke, there's fire. And I also heard Lady C mention something along the sort that there are rumblings of this being the case already. I've said before, my assumption is they live apart. Come on, we heard about his apartment or whatever it was, his man cave, whatever it was. What was it, in Beverly Hills, something like that? Some private member's place where he sleeps. Who knows? I really don't care. But it wouldn't shock me if they were already separated and they come together for, things like this, like the awards and stuff, to put on a united front. Along these same lines, and as you can see, it is something that's going around. New York Post saying that Prince Harry is bored. Poor guy. Let's give him some crayons. With difficult Meghan Markle. I don't know why that's in quotation marks. I don't think that's up for debate. Misses his friends in the UK. What friends would those be? The ones he's turned his back on? I would say he probably should have thought about that. But articles flying around like this, to which Furiosa says, it's not surprising. A very messy divorce has always been in the cards. Yep, I think so too. So talk to me. What do you think will happen in the event of divorce? When are we talking? Whose side are the lemon rats taking? How's that going to play out? What do you think? I'm going to talk to HG very soon, and I have a list of questions, and that is one of them. I'm very curious. Some of you guys had sent in similarly. Whose side do you think the lemon rats will take? What are your thoughts on how that divorce will go down? Those two are so desperate for headlines right now. They're even doing stuff like this. I've seen this. After 6 years of cruel attacks, Meghan's secret calls to, I hate that they call her Kate still, cannot get her name right, Catherine. We have to save Harry. All right, this is such bullshit. This is the same thing that we get like, oh, Harry and Meghan are ready to forgive. Piss off. You're the, attackers? You don't get to forgive. That's not how this works. So this crap is floating around like, oh, I'm ready to get together to save Harry. Such BS. But this person says calls so secret that not even Catherine, Princess of Wales, knows about them. Exactly. Hashtag FO Meghan. Oh, do FO Meghan, you utter fantasist. That one was hard for me to say. You've been on our radar for 7 tedious long years, and now we know your grubby little tricks. Exactly this. Anything to get her name in the same sentence as Catherine, Princess of Wales, nothing shocks me. She's evil and disgusting. I believe it's also part of continued attacks toward Catherine. Anything to try to disrupt things, Meghan seems to be all about. But have no fear, because Lean Meme Machine fixed the cover for us. Here you go. So we have, it's just an updated picture of Meghan here. A different face this time, I guess. I say that because every picture, I always notice it's a different face. After 6 years of cruel attacks, Meghan's secret call to Catherine. Would you like an apple? Hashtag Meghan Markle, hashtag poison. Right? And then Royally Sage put this out and says that Paramount is sold. I honestly didn't know or care or keep up with any of this. The Harkles connection to a studio head is over. Dun, dun, dun. Now that's interesting. So Andy's mom asks, does this mean that the former CEO has to return his jam to Meghan Markle? Yes, because she needs those for more social media posts. I think she wants the rotten lemons back too. Yeah, probably so. And finally, let's end on a fun one. Lean meme machine with this doofus. I deleted evidence, and now I have to wear this lousy t-shirt from my mother-in-law with this inmate number. Oh my goodness, always so clever, so well done. Yep, let's not forget, let's not stop talking about that. The destruction of evidence, and I believe that's what the ESPY was originally supposed to distract us from. Now, that's turned into a whole other thing, in which I think it's important to talk about that as well, but I think it's also important to keep talking about, again, the destruction of evidence. That guy is such a loser. My goodness. All right. I'm going to leave this here. I appreciate you all so much. I truly do. Thank you for everything. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Of course, as more comes out, I'll talk about it. I have a lot of fun collabs coming up. I'm excited to share with you all. I'm recording something with Winning Communication for his channel very soon. I'm talking to HG Tutor very soon. I'm hoping to do another collab with the Sidley twins very soon. Lots of stuff coming out. Check back lots. Thank you guys as always for being here and being so lovely to me. I appreciate it so much. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Bye-bye.